today we're working on the E30. So currently it doesn't run, and we're gonna make it run. We have to get this car ready and prepped for a roll cage. So we have to gut the interior. I gotta take the body kit off because I gotta drop the gas tank. We're getting it ready for a fuel cell. I gotta take everything out of the interior. So basically this fuel pump is not working. If you look inside, it's disgusting. There's rust in the tank. It was sending like 30 psi to the fuel pump. 30 psi to the fuel rail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mock up an E36 tank underneath the car, and I'm gonna see if I could just have this engine run. Because currently, I have a video clip of what it's doing. It starts but dies. Makes me angry. So it's like a little rundown of the car. I did this to the roof. It's a jade green. I did a gold and then a lace material over it. I need to wash this thing bad. It's a jade green color. It's got an M60 B30. It's got a CNC 71 angle kit on Rev 9 coilovers. Kind of a cheaper alternative, but it's still a pretty decent setup. I'm on Rotoform RSE wheels, 18 by, I want to say 8.5 or 9s. In this video, we're also going to be taking off the over fenders and cutting the underneath of the fender, because when I first put this body kit on, I never cut my fenders. So my tires rub like crazy. And if we're going to be drifting this car at Hyperfest in Virginia in May, I need to have zero rubbing going down that hill, because that hill is insane. Also, the front tires rub. I have to take off the lollipop bushings. I have to shorten them so that my accrement is a lot better. So yeah, we're going to take the rear bumper off, which I made very easily. Because if something happens to the car, I want this car to be really easy to maintain. So that's all I have holding it on. I am going to be cutting off the entire rear of this car. So we are going to have bash bars. We're bringing it over to Luke's shop to get the rear bash bar done, to get the fuel cell done, and to get the front bash bar done and the cage done. And then hopefully we get that all done by May. God, those blast pipes are so out there. Looks so sick. This is what I currently have. I have the front end torn off of it. Yes, I do have the front bumper. I have all the headlights and everything inside the car. I could show you the motor. There we go. Holy leaves. But, dude, I gotta clean this thing out bad. But it's getting there. It definitely still needs work. Like I said, it's a project. I do have time to get it done. We're going to get this thing running. Probably not in this video, but we'll see. Other things I have for this car is I have 410 gears that are welded so that we don't have open diff things. Even though it's a pretty decent LSD, but still want it to be locked up. I took this car to an exhaust shop and they did the most jank exhaust ever. It sits super low. They mounted it with this bracket. And these goobers, E30 has a stock exhaust mount right here. Instead, they welded to my fucking subframe to a mount that's actually useless. That mount does nothing. They charged me $1,000 for this exhaust, and it took them 3 weeks to do it. So this would be my last time I take my car anywhere to get an exhaust on. Yes, it works. Yes, I'm going to deal with it. I am going to fix the exhaust bracket because that is goofy. Like, how can you not see that there is an exhaust bracket right there? Like, that's actually ridiculous. But this car is pretty clean besides this one spot right here. But we are cutting this part of the car out because we're putting the fuel cell where the spare tire well is, and we have to cut this all out of the car. You see the rust there, but that's literally only rust in the entire chassis. And thankfully, we don't need that part of the car for what we're going to be doing to it. We have to put the new diff in. I have to finish putting all the bolts in for the drive shaft, but I do have to drop this fuel tank because we will not be using it, obviously, if we're going to have the fuel cell. So I have to take the drive shaft out. We're going to lift the front of the car, lift the back of the car, put it on jack stands, and we are going to start getting this fixed up. Just wanted to add, you couldn't see this rubber mount that's right here. All you gotta do is get a welding, like a rod, and just like hook it there. Instead, they used that. So we're gonna take the side skirts off because they are in the way. We are gonna keep this side of the body kit on because these fenders are done. Underneath, I did already completely chop them and fix them. The other side is still factory, but I am going to take the side skirts off, take the body kit off. Same thing with the passenger side. Take the drive shaft out and get this gas tank out of this thing. Got that. That's cracked, and I want to cut this entire lip off this fender. I'd like to get it repainted too because there's some scratches in it. Might try to wet sand it, see if it'll come out, but they are pretty deep scratches. So I got a lot of the body kit off, except for obviously this quarter, like I said. Got this side skirt off. Obviously we have some more body work to do there because that fucking cracked. So now it's taking the door cards off, rear door cards, rear seats, rear deck lid, carpet, dash, center console. I plan to gut all the wiring too and the heater core. Get that all out of the car. So yes, the car was red, as you could very visually see. Looks like I got some rust going on here. Not bad though. That's just bubbly shit, fixable shit. Mouse nest, that was cool, but no rust. There was one concerning thing, and I'll show you that. I just wanted to show you everything. I literally stripped everything today. Even the heater core. That was a bitch to get out. But this was the only really concerning part, was this. That's concerning. But I'm going to sand that all down, plate it from the top to the bottom. I gotta get a new clutch. Whatever the fuck that is, because I'm gonna cut that out. And then I'm gonna clean this all up. I'm gonna pressure wash the inside of the car, getting it ready for the cage. And then I gotta take the e-brake out because that never worked. I'm gonna put a hydro in. But yeah, that's good progress for today. Tomorrow, well, not tomorrow because I work every single day this week. Going to pull the car back in. We're going to take the drive shaft out, drop the fuel tank, get rid of all the fuel lines because we're going to AN lines from the rear. We're going to take everything out of the car, clean every single wire, everything, strip it. Take the rear deck lid off, gotta take all the windows out. I'll probably keep the rear window in, but I gotta take the windshield out because we're gonna weld our gussets right here when we do that. Luckily, I got a new windshield when I daily drove this car, so it should be pretty easy to replace this, I hope. But yeah, good progress today. I'm pretty happy with this. All right, on to the next. Call it night. Freaking going to close the door. Freaking perfect. Couldn't push the car like any further out of the garage, and that's like perfect. Sick. That's it for today. Good progress. It is now a couple days later. Currently taking the headliner off, all the extra access stuff. I gotta vacuum the entire inside out. Gotta take off all the venting, all the extra miscellaneous wires I don't need. All the miscellaneous brackets. I never had interior be so brittle. I really want to use this I really want to reuse this headliner once I cage the car. But it's like ripped up there, like something got into it. It's ripped here. Might as well just rip it all off. This hurts my soul. Like, that shouldn't rip that easy, come on. So we're working on the E30 again. I have to take the fuel pump wires out of our parts car so that I can run the external E36 tank. So I'm gonna rip this Johnny right out. So pretty much what we're doing, we have the E36 tank with the fuel pump that will actually power this motor because the fuel pump in this won't. So what we're just gonna do is run these lines straight to the fuel rail. Gonna run a power straight from power to this fuel pump just to see if this engine runs, because the fuel pump in this is poopy butt. So we're gonna see if this will make it run. While getting gas at 7-Eleven, there's a lady taking all the cigarette butts out of the frickin' cigarette dispenser. It's freaking nasty as hell, bro. Why do people do that? That's why you don't get addicted. Filling up the external tank right now. Put about 15 bucks in it. Fuel is now in. We're gonna see if she now gets fuel pressure. Come on. Ooh. I heard air. That's weird. Now I gotta connect the ECU. And we're going to see if this thing fucking starts. The ECU is on. I'm going to set the camera up behind the car so you can hear it. Oh, I really hope this works. I still have no idea. I'm starting to think it's the NOx sensors or the ECU's bad. I really can't think of anything else because these will run with the MEF sensor disconnected. So I've literally tried everything. If this doesn't work, we're sticking an M50 and a fat turbo on this. So I'm positive I figured out what the problem is. Pretty sure it's NOx sensors. I'm currently pulling off the intake manifold to get it figured out. I'm not gonna film much of it, but we're gonna pull the intake manifold off and hear this thing run, hopefully. Just got it all put back together. We're gonna send power to the battery and see what happens. Nice. That sounded like a fireball.
Really good.
Next, they're trying something different. I am closing off the return completely, so it's gonna get all the fuel pressure. Got 60 pounds of pressure. Let's give it a shot.
Give your meat a good old rub.
It nicked me. So this car has the new motor for the E30. It's a 740 IL. And it has the 4.0 V8 instead of the 3.0 that's in my car. So let's hear it. $1,100 later, we just got the 4.0 home. I want to clean this engine up a little bit. There's a lot of grease and stuff. But we're going to clean this engine up. Put in the E30. This was a running motor, as seen in the videos. He pulled it for me. And we are ready to rock and roll with this motor. I'm not even going to pull the oil pan or anything. I'm just going to take everything off the face of the motor, clean it up, valve covers. Just make it look nice just so it looks like it was taken care of. And then, yeah, ready to rip with this thing.
Smells nice. Finger in, lick it.